Alright guys, I'm just going to do a quick review, Saw 3D. Not a whole lot I can say about this movie. This is going to be probably only a few minutes, hopefully. I did like it. I liked it a lot, actually. Anybody who's seen it, some people agree, some people don't. I go on the IMDb board a lot, and what a lot of people are complaining about is the acting in it, and I completely 100% agree with people. The acting wasn't bad from the main characters like Betsy Russell, Costas Mandylor, Jill and Hoffman, and Cary Elwes as Dr. Gordon. Those weren't bad. Sean Patrick Flanery as Bobby Dagan was alright. I'll talk about that story more in detail in a second. The worst one was probably the man that plays Detective Gibson. I'm not sure what his name is. I don't know if it was the script that Patrick and Marcus wrote or what, but his delivery of his lines was just awful. I just didn't care for it whatsoever. The story of the movie is, which I should have talked about at first, but I'm trying to hurry up and do this. The story of the movie is, the first part is Bobby Dagan's trap. The whole reason why he's in the game that he's in is because he lied about being a survivor in the first place. And he's making money off of being a survivor, so Jigsaw puts him in a game to try to stop him from lying again. And that's his part of the movie. And the other subplot of the movie is Hoffman trying to get after Jill because Jill tells the FBI that Hoffman's Jigsaw's accomplice, or whatever you want to call him. And that's what the whole movie's about. The one trap I think that bothered me through the whole movie is Joyce, Bobby Dagan's wife, trap. It was just too intricate. I didn't like it at all. It was just too much. I mean, if you guys have seen the picture, she's the one that's got the collar around her neck and she's sitting on the block. And if this is a spoiler, so if you don't want to know something, then either fast forward or just click out of it now. When Bobby Dagan fails, he like something happens to her when he fails, and this big like dome comes over her, and it is just too much. This dome that comes over her had to have been built for like months over time. This was not just built overnight like some of his traps. I mean, it seems like John Kramer, Jigsaw, can build some of his traps in 2 to 3 weeks. Her trap seems like it would have taken months. I mean, even possibly years to build this thing. It was just ridiculous. And the traps in this movie were they weren't as exciting as the other movies. I didn't really care much for them. They were cool to watch as they happened, but it was kind of obvious as Bobby Dagan went through the different traps what was going to happen. It was obvious that he was going to, spoiler, fast forward or something, that he was going to fail each one. And it just became more and more obvious as he went through each trap, and the end of the movie was kind of obvious once you get about 45 minutes into the movie. This is where I'm going to talk about the very end of the movie, and I'll wrap it all up after this. So if you've seen the movie, let me know what you think in the comments after I talk about it. If you haven't seen the movie, click out now unless you want to spoil it for yourself, and please don't do that to yourself. The end of the movie involves Hoffman finding Jill, and I'm just going to do this quickly, he tried to sum it up as quick as possible. He puts her in a reverse bear trap, and we finally get to see the reverse bear trap go off, and it's great. It's all I expected it to be, and I absolutely loved it. If you guys remember from Saw 6, when Hoffman lights up the investigation room after he kills Erickson and Perez, he does the same thing with his lair in this one. He sets it on fire and blows it up, and as he's walking out, 3 people in pig mask attack him and knock him down and stick him with a syringe. And they do the slow pig mask reveal like they have in a couple of the other movies, and it's Dr. Gordon. And anybody who knows who has followed this movie and likes him as much as I do knows that Dr. Gordon was going to be in this. He was in the first scene. He's not in this movie much, but he does a good job with it. Cary always does. And it goes to a flashback, and it shows Dr. Gordon has been involved. He put the key behind the eye in Saw 2. He was he had the idea for Len Dinlin to give Jigsaw John surgery and his brain. There's a few other things I'm not too sure about. And it flashes to the bathroom, and Dr. Gordon has actually locked Hoffman in the bathroom. So basically the whole game comes full circle like I wanted it to. And I won't describe the whole scene because it just seems long and drawn out if I do. But he locks Hoffman in the bathroom, and of course that famous line from every movie, "Game over," is delivered by Dr. Gordon, and the credits roll. And I could say when the credits rolled I was satisfied with the movie. I had a smile on my face, but there were some disappointing points to it. And like I said, the acting wasn't up to par with the old ones. The traps weren't as well done, and I think it's because Kevin, the director, he was originally supposed to do Paranormal Activity 2, and the Saw creators came and said, hey, you have a contract with us, you have to do this movie. So he had to be pulled out of Paranormal Activity 2 to do Saw 7, and I don't think his heart was completely in it. And that's why this movie didn't live up to par with what it could have been. I still loved it, I did. I mean, it was a satisfying ending to the series, but 1 and 6 are some of my favorites. The twist to 1 is just great, and I love the ending to 6. That's basically about it. Just let me know in the comments if you guys have seen it, what you thought of it, and just if you haven't seen it, I definitely suggest that you do, because it's a good ending to the series. Yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed if you're a big fan of the franchise. Thanks, guys.